Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Did you miss me? I think we haven't seen each other for at least 20 hours. Oh, that's a long time. I hope you're well. I hope you got some sleep from our vigorous marathon yesterday, and everybody has done so well yesterday. And I had a restful sleep as well, and I only had 2 classes today, so I'm nice and relaxed. I had some time to just rest and get some food to eat, so I'm all good to go. And today I thought, it's a Sunday, and I think this piece is perfect for Sunday evening stitching, and it's full of mystery. And every time we stitch this piece, we discover something new about this piece, and it's never ending. So if you don't know what I'm stitching today, it's a pattern. It's a piece of artwork charted by GeckoRouge. It's by Collin Thompson, and it's an epic piece. Let me show you what it looks like. Are you ready? There. Every time I look at it, it takes my breath away. And I have not stitched this piece maybe for at least a couple of weeks, maybe a little bit longer. And but every time I come back to stitch it, I'm just full of excitement because I don't know what's going to happen. What am I going to discover today? And this piece is called Craft Cupboard. And as it suggests, a lot of crafty kind of items, and really, really interesting. I'm a big crafter, so for me, this is a dream cupboard. And this is also a really, really epic, large piece. And let me just check the dimensions here. We're talking about, okay, let me just show you my my app here. Look at the left side panel where it says 1,114 stitches. That's the number of stitches cross, and it's 815 going down. Yesterday, I started a new piece by Stitches So Beautiful for a marathon, and that piece was actually quite big as well. But in comparison, it's a mini because that piece was only 600 by 600, so nearly half of the width of this piece. So this is really, really large, supersize piece. And let me show you my progress here, okay? And there's a lot to catch up with this piece. Let's have a look. So currently, I'm slightly over 1%. And just in case you don't know the history of this piece, this is my second start. I got, my first start, I stitched the piece for about 2.5 years and had to let it go because of some glitches I did not notice on my chart. So it's a whole drama happening there. And there's a live stream capture the story as well. You can look on the video section if you're interested. But this is the second start, and I decided to change the spec of what I'm stitching, so I do not go insane repeating the same thing for another 2.5 years. Okay, for my sanity, I decided to stitch it slightly differently, different approach. Okay, and this piece has got it's got a lot of stitches. You can look at the number. Okay, and I am not going to read it out to you, but it's got 149 colors, which is pretty modest if you're used to 240 max colors from heaven and earth. It's about, nearly half of the colors, but it's no less confetti. Some areas are really brutal, actually. So today, for today's session, I am going to start a new sprint right in front of you. And this counter is going to capture all the stitches I'm going to be doing today. And the last couple of sessions, I actually did quite well with the number of stitches. So let's see how I'm going to be doing today. So I want to say hello to all of you. I hope you're well. This is a Sunday. As a yoga teacher, Sunday for me is just another working day. and I don't really have a sort of, normal weekend. So I hope you're nice and relaxed, and I'm ready for a spot of stitching. Let's see who I've got in the chat with me today, and let's have a look. It's Rajal. Hello, Rajal. Rajal says, hello, everyone. Happy stitching. Oh, dear. But not for me. Sitting and crying is my life. Rajal, what happened? What is happening with Rajal? Why are you crying? Oh, please don't cry. And you can share if you want to, and you don't have to. And I hope you're okay. You're okay. We're here for you. We're here for you. And Daria is also here as well. Says hello, Yogi and Stitchy friends. I'm ready for some more stitching. That's a spirit, Daria. And we're athletes. We're athletes, and we're here for another spot of stitching. Great to see you. And also we have Michelle as well. Michelle Kiefer says hello, everyone. Hello to you. Great to see you. And our Brittany is also in the chat, and Amanda, and we also have Dawn. Dawn Horton. Hello, hello. Welcome. And Grace Houston is also here waving at the chat, and there's Lynn as well. Lovely Lynn. And the guinea pig, right? And probably a lot of cheese and crackers ready to be eaten. And great to see you, Lynn. And also, yes, hello to Cynthia. Hello to Cynthia. And Susan is also here as well. And our lovely Suzanne is also here. And we have Clara as well. Clara says, yay, it's my favorite GeckoRouge kit. Clara's got this one as well, don't you? Clara's got quite a few GeckoRouge kits. Absolutely tremendous. And Lefty, oh, what happened? What happened there? Someone's, sound fuzzy. Really? Let me know if the sound is okay. I can see the fire alarm being raised. And is the sound okay? Let me know if the sound is okay. Is it just one off? Is it just Alison? Fix my microphone. It's fixed though. Let me try again. Is it any better? It's pinned on my shirt. Is it any better? Let me know. Otherwise, I probably need to disconnect it and reconnect it. Is it still bad? Sound is great, Stargazer. So if the sound is, it's better now. Maybe it was just rubbing against something. So it's all good now, is it? Excellent, excellent. Ooh, yes. Technical glitch. It's all good now. Excellent, excellent. So yes, I was just saying hello to all of you, and let's have a look. Oh, my chat is broken. Hang on a second. Let me fix that. It's all technical glitch everywhere. I need to be able to see the chat panel here. Yes, so all of you, Janine is also here, and Rachel as well, and Grace Houston. Absolutely great to see you guys. And Heather as well, and Cassie is also here, Love Drunk, and Joyce is also here as well. Yes, and Rajal, what is going on? We will come back to Rajal. We'll fix her. We'll fix her. And but let's start stitching, shall we? And Rajal, and take a deep breath and maybe stitch with us as well. I know maybe some, live stuff happens, And so this piece is from GeckoRouge. And if you're not familiar with GeckoRouge, it's a company. They specialized in stitching kits. So you can get patterns from them. They supply the fabric and floss and everything else. It's a beautiful experience. It's really, really nice. And so this kit I got, let me just zoom in a little bit. I first got it, I think it was the beginning of 2023 during COVID. So it's quite a few years back, over 3 years. And this is my second start. The second start started sometime last year. I think it was maybe October, something like that. I can't remember. So this is where I am right now, and I'm not going to go through the drama with the with the frogging situation. I'm trying to put that behind and move forward. So today I am going to focus on around this area. So I've been trying to extend my stitches to the right side for the last couple of sessions, I think. And today I am going to continue with that process. And this area is full of really pretty orange, and there's some blue here as well. And from time to time, I might go to this area to stitch some 310. There's some 310 waiting for me. So this is my plan, nice and easy. You know, it's a kind of post-marathon relaxing stitching. So I'm going to just, you know, take my time and enjoy every stitch. And by the way, I'm stitching on a 28 count fabric here. It's really, really light and really, really nice. And I'm stitching with the floss that's supplied by GeckoRouge. So these are DMC floss there. So let's go. Yes. So the sound is all good, is it? I hope so. And Sidri has joined us as well, and Alison, Rennie as well. Let's have a look. And Belena says the sound was good at the beginning, and then something happened. Oh, maybe it's the position of my microphone. It was probably rubbing with the fabric or something like that. So thank you for alerting the situation. So let's have a look. So I am going to start the good old tradition of stitching this piece. I dive into a little bit of a 310 and fill it in a little by little. Because if I do a lot of 310, to be honest, I probably will get bored. So, you know, divide and conquer, divide and conquer. So this color is number 16 on my chart. I'm pretty sure it's 310. So I'm going to start with that. And let me know what you're working on. And are you working on GeckoRouge kit as well? I know some of you, quite a few of you, are great fans of GeckoRouge. So maybe you can get those whips out and stitch with me. And it's wonderful to celebrate different companies' charts, isn't it? Yesterday, we stitched for 10 hours for stitches so beautiful. And today, I'm doing GeckoRouge. Wonderful. And the rest of the days is mostly heaven and earth. So let me just zoom in a little bit more for you and bring on my work chart here. Just look at how many 310 stitches on my chart there. I'm going to just zoom in a little bit more for you. And hi, Sidri. Stitching the sun, drinking coffee. I'm drinking coffee as well, Sidri. Let me start here. And today I'm going to just go for, you know, slightly less controversial cross country here. I might wander a little bit further because on 28 counts, for some reason, I just want to wander a little bit further. Amanda says, now I'm getting static. How about everyone else? Let me just blow my microphone a little bit. Hang on. I'm going to just mute it for a second, okay? All right. How's that? Is it better? I just disconnected it and reconnected the microphone, and just in case there's anything got caught on the microphone. Is it better now? So Clara says static. It's weird. Yesterday was perfectly okay, and Brittany's having 310 Spooky Bingo. So guys, let me know what the sound quality is like. And if not, I can switch microphone. Susan says, yeah, good. Thumbs up. Really? All good? Excellent. If everybody's getting it, it might not be YouTube. Sometimes the internet can do that. Oh, nice and easy, 310. Chrissy, hello. And Nikki has joined us as well. Lynn says, Yogi, not stitching today as my light blew up. Your light? Like in the house or for your stitching? Oh dear. So you can't see. Lynn can't see. Well, just make sure you get, you can find your cheese straws. That's the most important thing. And Catherine, hello. She says, anyone who in Yarn's chat? Huh? I probably totally misread it. Oh, Stargazer says perfect sound and Spooky Bingo 310 perfect. Stargazer, wonderful. It's all happening, all kicking off for you. And 28 count, I say this time and time again, this fabric is just so light to stitch. I love it. Particularly, if you stitch lower count fabric, like 25 counts, the fabric yesterday was a lot denser. And also, particularly if you stitch this fabric after stitching 14 counts, it felt so light. You feel like you're stitching air. It's wonderful. You can see how far apart, how big those holes are. Probably larger than the 25 counts I stitched yesterday. It's just a great fabric to stitch. So this fabric, I actually got it myself because I'm restarting the project. I'm using the same floss. Because they give you generous amount of floss. So I'm not worried that I'm going to run out of my floss anytime soon. But the fabric, I had to get it myself. The first time around, I was stitching 25 counts. And it was quite nice as well. But second time restart, I just wanted, something different. So I decided to do 28 counts. Amanda says there's still a tiny crackle, but it's much better. Sometimes, just in case, because apparently for some of you, the sound is perfect, but some of you, it kind of crackles. So maybe refresh the stream, see if it makes any difference. Because if it's microphone, everybody should be getting the glitches. So give it a go. Okay, I'm gonna mark them row by row. So the 310 stitching is definitely going to boost my stitch count a little bit, which is nice. Oh dear, again? Sound is fine, but someone's raising the alarm again. Why? Who's doing that? Everybody says the sound is okay. Cat government, is the sound okay for you? Yes. So who's raising the alarm? Oh dear. Okay. Sidri says, I do not see 310 at the top of your Saga screen. It's a screen frozen. Okay. So the fire alarm is being raised for different reasons. Thank God. I thought it was microphone again. Yes, you can all hear properly. Is the screen frozen? No. Let me move my screen here. It may be frozen. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not frozen. It's just a little bit laggy. Yes, I have a very old computer and a very old iPad. Okay, this is probably why. Yes, the screen is refreshing. It's just it takes a little bit, a few seconds. So stitches, need to check my stitches. I know, I'm so nervous. Oh dear. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. Nikki says it's because it's GeckoRouge. Do you think that it's cursed? The thing is, you know, the first start, obviously, it was, I wouldn't say the first start was disastrous. It was unfortunate because it took me a little while, a long while, to realize the problems. And but you know, I enjoyed it when I was stitching it. And to be honest, by the time I realized the glitches on the chart, I was actually at a sticky point where I just needed something new to happen for this piece. I think I was getting a little bit fatigued. So I think it's probably the universe's way for me to find a new approach for this piece. I remember I was trying to switch to 10 stitches. I don't know whether you remember that. With the last version, at one point, I got so desperate. I was trying to switch to 10 stitches, stitching with 2 strands, and to see if I could kind of renew my interest into the piece. So it was probably a good timing for me to restart this piece. Yes, Alison says no 310 GeckoRouge use their own numbers, so in this case it's number 16. I wonder, Alison, because you've got probably quite a few kids from GeckoRouge. I've only got one, so I only have this kid to go by. But do they have any sort of how do I put it? Because 310 for this kid is number 16. I think it's probably the same with your kid as well. But with other kids, I suppose it's probably completely random, right? It doesn't mean that, you know, with other kids, 310 is also 60. I think they just order the numbers from 1 to whatever. I'm trying to count my stitches here. Oh, hang on. So I think maybe I have not marked some of the stitches. Let me check. So this row is, I think this row I have not marked, and I'm on this row. Because Sidri is watching, I have to be very mindful. Excellent. The sound is fine for everybody now. Alison says, no GeckoRouge kits for me. The ones I like are too pricey. I know. We kind of talked about this quite a bit in the past. It's unfortunate. But the great thing is we have alternatives. You know, there's so many great companies that do patterns, artisy, Stitch is So Beautiful, and many others. Catherine says, how is GeckoRouge shipping to US? I have no idea. Maybe they just charge you for everything. I'm not sure. I don't think it was cheap before, but I think now it's probably even more costly. Because even shipping within the UK, the UK-based company, even shipping within the country, it wasn't cheap, you know, because they use FedEx for shipping. I think there may be other ways. I'm not sure. But whichever way, the customers have to pay for everything. There is no free shipping. One more row. I'm going to just stitch until this strand is finished. Ah, so Clara says GeckoRouge goes by DMC number in actuality. Like the first color maybe 156, 154, and the next is 166. Okay, so so basically depends on how many colors in a kit. They just order the numbers based on DMC numbers. That makes sense. So every kit will be different, right? There is no way you can convert, like anchor, for instance. Clara says they ship via UK mail, plus the tariff. They no longer use FedEx. So is that cheaper that way? I wonder. Because FedEx, I remember just the shipping alone, I probably spend £25, even though I'm in London. It's probably more secure, but I don't know. It's not cheap. Lynn says your beautiful voice is loud and clear. Oh, Lynn. So sweet. Rajal says, my husband went to India and my Nira wife did the package, but still in India. I don't know what that means. My Niraj wife. So are you sad because the husband went to India? Most wives will probably celebrate because it's freedom time. It's like, oh, yay, I'm free. I'm kidding. Yes. So Rajal, why are you sad? Are you missing the husband already? Clara says way cheaper. Right. Okay. So UK mail. So internationally they ship with not Royal Mail, I presume. I don't know. So cheaper, but hopefully equally secure. I think FedEx is a little bit faster, I think. But if you don't mind waiting, it's a lot cheaper. Oh, Nira is is your son. So does that mean they're all of them are in India? So I'm not really getting the story, but hopefully it's nothing too bad. If you just miss them, they're going to come back, are they not? Hey, Travis. Travis says, Yogi, what piece are you working on? Travis, you have seen this piece, haven't you? This is infamous on my web list. Yes, it's slightly cursed in a unique, in an interesting kind of way. But I'm still stitching. That's the most important thing. I'm not giving up, okay? I cannot be beaten. Oh, he's not your husband. I'm so confused, Raja. I don't mean to turn into comedy, okay? But I just need to figure out who is who and what is happening. And why are you sad? Why are you crying? Yes, I need to know. Oh, sorry, Raja. I'm just trying to cheer you up, okay? The chat is trying to cheer you up. Oh dear. Oh, Travis, this piece is from GeckoRouge, and it's a piece of artwork by Collin Thompson, really interesting artist, and it's called Craft Cupboard. Right, one more row, done. And Suki saying hello. Oh, right. So, Raja, you're waiting for your son and their wives, both wives. They're in India waiting for paperwork. Okay, so are you expecting them to come to the US to be with you? And why are you sad? Because you can't wait? It's paperwork. It takes a long time sometimes, particularly if it's to do with immigration and stuff like that. Hi, Samantha. Great to see you. And what are you guys stitching today? Ah, so Raja is waiting. I know waiting is difficult, isn't it? But it will happen. You know, be patient. And in the meantime, you know, do some stitching. It would distract you from the worries. And do not worry. It will be okay. Samantha is working on remodeling the bathroom. Okay, that's a slightly different kind of project. It doesn't involve stitching. And but Samantha is listening. Very nice. We keep you company. So are you doing it yourself? As in remodeling sounds pretty major. So it's not just like painting. Are you like taking the bathtub apart and install new ones? Oh dear. I had no idea. Samantha is so handy. Looking for my little scissors. And I'm totally useless when it comes to DIY. I'm like, you know, hopeless. Utterly hopeless. My biggest fear is power drill. I know I use my power tools. You probably think I'm really handy. No, I'm terrified of drills. I can use screwdrivers. That's about it. All right then, that's a little bit of a 310 done. And I'm going to move to, this is the starter, okay? This is the appetizer. This is, you know, pre-starter. And now I'm going to ease into these colors. Oh, it looks good. And this bit, okay, let me just zoom out a little bit. All this traveling I'm doing is to reach this little bit. And you might be wondering, what is this greeny thing I'm trying to get to so desperately? Let me show you what I'm trying to do here, okay? So let me zoom out here. And I am going to turn on the markup so you get to see where I'm trying to go. There you go. Can you see that? So there's a little beautiful kind of mitt, knitted mitt there. That's really, really cute. And so I've got to the greeny area, which is the wrist area. And gradually, I'm going to move up and stitch this little mitt there. And underneath, there's this little, not quite little, an orange. I don't know what it is. What do you think it is? And can you see that? There's a little ladder there. And there's a person, tiny little person there. And even with the chart of this size, it's quite blurry. It's quite blurry, so you can't see very well. So it's all happening. This is a very surreal piece. Very surreal piece. But this is where I'm trying to get to. Over there. Slowly. But I'm going to travel a little bit further with this piece. But I think so far so good. I don't think there's any sort of problems in terms of, you know, stitches, counting that's happening there. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Oh, Samantha says, no, just prepping the walls to paint. Oh, painting I can do. Painting I can do. But anything beyond that, I'm hopeless. I'm just terrified. And there you go. I am going to just pick one of the colors and go. No particular, you know, method. I'm just stitching. All right then. Quite a lot of orange colors. So how shall I do this? I think I'm probably going to tackle colors that's got less stitches. That's more sensible. 104. No idea what DMC color number it is. 104. So it's kind of a salmony color. So maybe you can claim spooky bingo this way. If what you're stitching looks like this color, it's spooky bingo. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Kathy's stitching Amy Stewart's Once Upon Fairy Tale, and she says, my goal is to reach 16% tonight. Only 500 stitches to go. Only 500 stitches to go. No problem. You can do it. Cassie, go. Citrus. Rajal, I'll probably need to try to decipher what you're saying there. Rajal says, I'm sad because my bone in India, but my boar is Nairobi, Kenya. So I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to guess that those are two different songs in different countries. Am I correct? Today is mystery hour. I'm trying to solve the mystery. Samantha says, is that hot water bottle? Interesting, is it? I don't know what it is, to be honest. Let's have another look. Is that a hot water bottle? It could be, actually. I thought it was like some sort of water jug or something, pitcher. I don't know what it is. It could be. What do you think, guys? Because this section is about scissors, there's a purple shirt, and there's a strange head floating there. I have no idea with this piece. No idea. Your guess is probably as good as mine. It's my bender, this one. Hi, Chiviz. Welcome. Joy says, I'm working on She Smiles Flowers. No smile yet. I've got a flower. Yes, that's quite a large piece. It's not small. It probably is going to take a while before you get to the smile bits. So it's Stitches So Beautiful's project that I believe Joy started yesterday. Alison's working on the oh, Alison's working on the piece Rachel charted for you. Very nice. Is it quite big? How big is it? And Megan says, hello, I'm working on the quilt room. Oh, beautiful piece. I'm feeling slightly guilty talking about that piece. I started it sometime last year and I have not touched it. I think I worked on that piece maybe for 3 sessions on the channel, and then it's having a little rest there, little holiday, and maybe I will go back to it at some point. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Travis says, I'm now taking a break from the Pokemon Lapras and working on Pokemon named Dragonite. Yes, I suppose you can move around, can't you? You've got quite a large area to pick from. Laura, hello. Laura says, I thought it was some kind of canister, like a cookie jar. I thought it was something like maybe a water container or something, some sort of bottle, weird looking bottle. But who knows? It could be anything. But I think hot water bottle is an interesting idea. I never thought about it. My feeling is this chart actually could literally be doubled because, you know, even with the current size, a lot of details are not really captured, which is a shame. Maybe just need to be doubled, you know, like the double supersize. Clara says it looks like a sewing box where you put some needles and threads in. Oh, interesting. But it's quite large though. But you could be right because it's in the sewing section, isn't it? Like clothing sewing section. So it's possible too. Trying to solve the mystery. Susan says perhaps it's a brandy flask. Well, so far, all the suggestions sound like that could be the correct answer. It looks like everything that you mentioned. Yes, it could be a flask of some kind. Grace says there's always something new to see. Love it. I know. And every time you look at it, you kind of come to a different conclusion, you know. It's very trippy, this piece. And today, I think last week I talked about my Sunday morning class, the one that's really busy, and I talked about having to turn down members coming in late. And today I think I did really well because last week I actually, buckled and let some people in after 5 minutes because I was feeling a little bit guilty. Today, I was firm. I think one person came in about maybe nearly 2 minutes after we started. And initially, I was turning her away, and she started to look really sad. So I just couldn't say no. I said, come in, but please come in, on time next week. And she was really grateful. But later on, about 5 minutes in, they were, I don't know. I think it's a grown-up person bring in a really young-looking person. I don't know, sometimes parents, they can bring sort of younger kids to a class with them. And they just kind of wandered in. But I had to just put my foot down and go, unfortunately, the class has already started, so you have to leave. I was feeling a little bit bad, but at the same time, it's just not fair for people who are there sort of on time every single week and having to be kind of disrupted by people walking in. And it kind of disrupted, me teaching as well, because I have to stop and give them instructions and, everything stops. So it's not really fair. So Susan says, are you feeling guilty about candy shop? Susan, it's a Sunday, okay? It's a peaceful Sunday. Can we be peaceful, Susan? Do you have to mention those projects? Oh dear, see what I have to put up with. Oh, so Joyce actually cheated. She started a project last week. Fair enough, fair enough. All right, let me pick the next color. So I am going to do a manual min to max. I'm going to just take a guess and pick colors that, it's got less stitches and start those first. 62. Yes, candy shop. I don't know what to do with that piece just yet. And if I'm totally honest, I'm not sure. Well, either with quoting rim, or is it quoting rim? Either I'm going to just pick it up and continue, or maybe it's going to sit there for a little bit. I don't know. But with candy shop, I'm actually quite keen to do something about it. I just don't know what to do just yet. Where am I? I am here. Hang on. Here. It's tricky, isn't it? I really love the piece. I just don't know how to stitch it. Okay, I think that's the right spot. So Rachel's working on her own chart actually. Um, Catherine says, I got 2 new pieces. 25 count yesterday, was waiting forever. Now I need to figure if I should start another artless 139. I am waiting. What? 139 patterns? Um, here. It's actually quite fun when you travel kind of just random direction. I'm just stitching stitches. They're kind of nearby without any particular direction. It's quite freeing. And this way of stitching for me only works for 28 counts. I wouldn't be able to do this on 25. I'll probably just get scared. And for some reason, 28, I just want to travel. So Joy says, I've just noticed I've got 111,000 and 1111116 figure. Yes, it's a sign. It's a sign, Joyce. I think that's going to take Joyce about 3 days to do. No problem. Here we go. Solomon says, I'm finally getting more live streams. YouTube was not even posting them on my feeds. Well, if you're subscribed, you should have the streams on your feed. The notifications can be hit and miss, but I think depending on how, basically how much you watch the channel, the more active you are on the channel, the more likely you're going to get notification. If you stop watching for a while, they do stop sending notification because they assume you're not interested anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, Chivers. When I put my foot down, it's very scary. Um, 1, 2. Chrissy says, where's Candy Shop from? It's by Amy Stewart. It's one of Amy Stewart shelf patterns, shelf images. And it's really, really sweet, really pretty. I really love it. One, one, two, one, two. Okay. And then one, two. One, two, three. Levity says, I'm glad I've been getting my notifications and getting here before the bell rings. Well done. Well, we roughly started around the same time, so it does make things a little bit easier. So if you know, for any reason you're not getting notifications, you can just set the timer, set the alarm around the same time, you know, every day. We're here. Okay. And I think I am going to end my thread here. No parking today, okay? Parking free Sunday. 62. Susan says, what count is Candy Shop? I was stitching it on 28 count. But I was doing 2 over 1, 10 stitches. Megan says, I started the quilting room using Royal Rolls, but now I'm using Gemma's method and it's moving a lot quicker. What fabric count are you stitching that piece on? Maybe I just need to switch fabric count, because quilting room, you know, Candy Shop and quilting room, and one more piece. No, actually, Traveling Library started a little bit later, but I think I started quilting room stitching 28 count for the first time. And later on I started, oh no, actually I started Candy Shop for the first time, stitching 28 counts. And I decided to do 10 stitches. I'm thinking, particularly with quilting room, I think 28 count for that piece might be too small, because that piece is so subtle in terms of, you know, color changes. For some reason, when I was stitching it on 28 count, it just feels like nothing's happening. You know what I mean? Because everything's smaller, obviously, and that pattern has got very subtle colors. So it's kind of testing your sort of your patience a little bit. And but so I'm thinking, if I were to restart that piece, I'll probably switch fabric count, maybe something like 20 or 22, you know, that might be better for that piece. For Candy Shop, I really don't know. I think the problem is probably 10 stitches. I was really keen on doing 10 stitches at that time. I was very happy doing that, but I kind of just, 10 stitches just not working for that piece for some reason. So that may be the problem. I'm trying to figure out because I don't want to rush and restart it without knowing exactly why I was stuck. 145. I'm patient. I'm waiting for the messages, the feedback from above. I'm listening. 145. Catherine says it was so hot at the pool today. The pool? Oh, nice. And watching the water polo games, and now I'm freezing in my AC. I think AC can be adjusted, can't it? Can you not just turn it down a little bit? You don't have to be freeze to death. Rachel says, how do you mean you don't know how to stitch it? I must have missed the discussion on the candy shop. Yes, well, what I meant about I don't know how to stitch it. Basically, I don't know how to approach it in order to make it sustainable. So it's a really pretty pattern, and I'm not sure whether 28 count was the issue, which shouldn't be because I'm very happy stitching 28 count on this one. But I think there is a kind of a match you need to have, a pattern versus the fabric count, the way you stitch it. Because method is easy. Stitching methods, you can swap, as many times as you want. But stitches, not so easy. Switching from 10 stitches to 4 full cross, for instance, you can do it, but, it's not great. And there's a fabric count you can't change. So I think with that piece, for some reason, I was stuck there somewhere. Something is not working. And I'm guessing it might be the 10 stitches. For some reason, I just wasn't loving it after a while. I liked it in the very beginning when I started a piece. Somehow, I just kind of stopped loving it. It's tricky. Catherine, did you actually mean 139 patterns you're waiting for? I mean, as in delivery? What? 139. Soloings. Oh, the time difference. The best way for you to find out is just to Google. If you Google UK time, normally we start about 8:30 or 8:45, something like that, roughly. And normally if you check just about maybe half an hour ago, you should find a stream scheduled. So I try to do it normally at least, an hour before. So you know what time it starts. And it's been roughly around the same time slot. Hi, Dana. Welcome. And Walkaway has joined us as well. Hello. This is a very pretty orange. Lovely. Chrissy says it's a different, the sweet shop. Yes, it's a shelf pattern by Amy Stewart. Hi, Badil says good evening from Norway. Hello, Norway. And Clover Stitcher is here as well. Hello. Susan says maybe the messy method. Which piece? Both. I'm really fond of that method, actually. I was very tempted to stitch a little bit more, but today just been a little bit busy. But I was looking at, the hoop at that project, and I was very tempted to stitch some more. And I think with that method, I'm stitching at a fairly decent speed, I think. It's about, I know for some of you, you probably laugh, but on average, with that method, the messy method, okay? No, not messy, not messy. It's blue Sue method. I get about 50 to 60 stitches per hour, which is not bad, is it? For me, considering, I have broken the record of 60 stitches in 3 hours. 50 an hour is not bad at all. So if I stitch 4 hours on average, we're talking over, 200 stitches. That's not too shabby for me. Rachel says, I would say then, Yogi, your connection to the piece is not strong enough, and you should put it aside until you feel called on what to do. Candy shop. Yes, I agree. And that's been pretty much what I've been doing. Both quoting room and candy shop, they've been just, peacefully rested in the basket. I have not touched them. I think you're quite right. When I'm ready to work on it, and I wouldn't know what to do. Oh, hey, hang on. This stitch is not here. It's getting a little bit too excited. Megan says I'm stitching on 28 count as well, full cross, which is why Gemma's method is working, because I'm not trying to fit in the confetti stitches. Probably should have done 10 stitch. Interesting, 28 count for some reason. I have not parked on any of my 28 count stitch pieces. I've got this one, Traveling Library, and I'm sure there's one more piece I'm stitching on 28, but Candy Shop and the quilt room. They're both on 28 counts, and I have not parked on any of them. For some reason, I just want to travel a lot further with 28. Barlow Bunny says, every time I see you stitching this piece, I want to do it too. Yes, I mean, normally I would go, yeah, go get the pattern, but I hesitate to do that because, it's like $500, and I can't honestly tell people to do it. But, if you really, really love it and you've got spare money, yes, you can get this kit as well. Unfortunately, they don't do pattern only. And also Collin Thompson's stitching patterns, I've only seen them being charted by GeckoRouge. I have not seen his work being done by other companies. Maybe it's exclusive. And Collin Thompson is quite famous in the jigsaw puzzle world. But cross stitching, I've only seen his artwork being charted by GeckoRouge. Nikki says, do you stitch faster offline? I doubt it. I really doubt it. Because normally if I stitch offline by myself, I don't even check my stitch count. So I don't even know what speed I'm stitching. But I doubt very much because I get distracted very easily. So very often I'll do a few stitches and I'll do something else and then come back. It's a little bit like, interacting with the chat as well. So chat is actually quite good for me because it keeps me here focused in a strange kind of way. So I'm one of those people. In order for me to focus, I need distraction. I don't know whether any of you, your brain is kind of working like that. I can't just sit still and just do one thing. I need to do at least two things, sometimes more. And the more I'm able to kind of allow myself to be distracted, the more I can focus. Does that make sense? So it's a kind of balance act. If you force me to sit there and just stitch, my mind is going to wander everywhere. Citrus. Cheeky. Oh, look at what I have to put up with, with the chat. Sidri says, Yogi is peacefully in the basket. Secret code for naughty corner. Well, it's not them being naughty, it's me being naughty. Well, naughty corner is much better than cemetery, right? or a bin. I think they probably prefer to be in a naughty corner. Sidri says, I always park with 28 count. Interesting. For some reason, I just don't feel like parking when I'm stitching 28. But then again, Sidri is, not from this dimension. Her stitching is, I don't know. We're talking alien level. Amanda, where are you traveling, Amanda? Amanda's in hotel room. Amanda says, I've been in my hotel room less than half an hour and already lost the needle I was stitching on. Well, that's a little bit tricky. In a hotel, it's not like you can come back and find it. Amanda, what you need is one of these. Dun, 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 the power tool. Yes, I always carry one, have one by my side, because I lose my needles very easily. Hello, Lily. Welcome back. Oh, babe, you all right? I think this is just Lily's way of saying hello. It sounds like he's complaining. He's not. This is just the way he expresses his happiness. Right, Lily? You're actually really happy. But it just sounds like he's complaining. Nikki says, I listening to YouTube keeps me stitching. Exactly, but that's a form of distraction. So, Nikki, are you able to stitch without anything? No YouTube, no podcast, no talking to anybody. Can you do that? So I do that as well. If I stitch on my own, I definitely watch or listen to something for sure. And also juggle with a few other things. Sometimes, because day-to-day basis, I have to design sequences for my classes. So I do a lot of that. And I have to go through a lot of notes. And sometimes I'll juggle between doing the sequences and also stitching as well. It's actually a pretty good combination because both tasks require a level of concentration, but at the same time, some breathing space as well. So I can't just sit there and start to write notes for an hour. I have to do other things at the same time and then come back. And I perform much better when I have distraction. Janine says, look at you go, Yogi. You've done a lot in an hour I've been away. You mean this? Really? Nikki, which piece are you talking about? Oh, quoting room. Are you restarting that one? Because you've already started it twice, haven't you? Painful memory. Yes, I just have to bring it up. But yes, I think that piece might be benefited with slightly lower count fabric. It's just too subtle because on 28 count, it literally feels like there's nothing happening, because the stitches are so small and everything's so subtle. So I'll probably try a low count fabric, maybe like 20 or even 25. I probably wouldn't go up to 25, 22, I mean. I'll probably go for 20 or 22. One, two, three. Whereas this piece is so colorful and also traveling library as well. So, you know, every stitch you can see things happening and it's very rewarding. Joy says on 28 counts, it's harder to determine the right position to park. You should try turning on the 5x5 box. Ah, okay. But gridding 28 count with 5x5. Oh dear, hang on a second. I can hear some hissing going on there. Just give me a little second. Oh, cat drama, seriously. I think Lily's trying to intimidate Dolly, the poor Dolly. And Dolly's been really, really accommodating, you know. I think Dolly's trying to get along. And Lily's sometimes he's okay. And sometimes he's just, you know, turned into a big, you know, big bully again. Seriously. Okay, those 3 are done. Rachel says, when I was younger, I could just stitch, nothing else. I literally sit in silence and stitch for hours, but now I can't. That's interesting because most people, it's probably the opposite, you know. You can probably focus a little bit more as you're a little bit older. But my brain just doesn't work when I'm just trying to do one thing. I do a lot better and happier if I can do 5 things at the same time, you know. Okay. I'm gonna do these little few stitches here. Literally only 4 stitches, 5 stitches. 1, 4, 6. So Nikki's house is too lively to settle down. Suzanne says, I can't stand quiet stay quiet when I have to have at least some music on. I think it's probably like that for a lot of people. And I think because, that the reason the streaming is working is because I get to chat to you as well. So it's a nice, distraction. My brain kind of has somewhere to go. It doesn't have to just, think about stitching. And there's just one extra stitch here I'm going to do. There are a few more stitches actually. I'm going to just do these loose ones. So Amanda says, I'll forget to stop stitching if there's nothing go on. I hyper focus on it. Movies and streams help keep me in the world. Yes, I know. It's balance, isn't it? I used to listen to more music. Recent few years, I've been listening to mostly speech. I love listening to people talking. And I don't like background music. A lot of videos, they kind of just push background music for no reason. And that's very annoying. Walkaway says, I like quiet sometimes, but usually have YouTube or a movie on. And yes, even if I'm not watching it, yes, I know it's just, and also I think that there's probably a part of me thinking that if I'm just stitching, just looking at the fabric, part of my brain is kind of slightly wasted, if you know what I mean. I feel like I'm not using my time fully just stitching. So I try to fill in my brain with some information, maybe watch something that's interesting or useful. And so I get to have the best of both worlds, really. I get to do something that I really enjoy, but at the same time, my brain is also being challenged. Oh, Grace. Grace also has put a quoting room aside. So Grace is stitching it on 25 counts. Interesting. And it's not flowing either. Yes, I'd love to know if anybody is moving forward with quoting room. It is quite a challenging piece to stitch, strangely, because if you look at the mock-up, it looks quite colorful, actually. It's very subtle color scheme, but it doesn't look like air stitching that much. But when you start stitching it, yes, it feels like you're just stitching, oxygen most of the time. So maybe the key is to go lower on the fabric count with that piece. so you can actually see things happening, you know. Yes, I think Nikki, regarding quoting room, I think Nikki, if I remember correctly, you were doing like regular colors, right? I'm doing the max color. Ah, Nikki. Nikki says, I definitely can't watch TV without doing something with my hands, preferably stitching. I think so. I think if I'm watching something, I have to do something else. It could be could be stitching or knitting or whatever it is. Because otherwise, I just feel like, I'm going to start fidgeting. I think maybe majority of people are like that. And I don't mind it because I get to, do things I really enjoy, but also get to learn things as well, you know. So Walkaway has done over 5,000 stitches last week. My goodness. 5,000. So it's like if you stitch every day, that's close to 1,000 every day. That's like a lot. £40. Solowin says, I like videos where there's no music and the person talking about when they're done. I'm stitching, so I can't see it. That's quite true. Yes. It's probably why I like speech-based content, because a lot of times you're looking at something else and you want to be able to listen to what the person's saying. So I don't like subtitles. And I definitely don't like background music, particularly with, a lot of people put background music with the content for no reason whatsoever. It has nothing to do with the content. It's just there to distract you. Yes, I really don't like that. Okay, where should I go with this stitch? They're kind of far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Grace likes audiobooks. Yes, I think it's about, filling your brain with something useful while you're stitching, which is, I think, is quite nice. It's a very healthy distraction, I think. Okay, I'm going to travel a little bit further, being a little bit daring. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm quite tempted to start gridding 5 by 5, but for 25 count, it's going to just look a little bit messy, I think. Sidri says, I like silence. That's why I'm such an expert in lurking. Oh, yes, Sidri, you're an expert for sure. You know, Sidri only appears normally when I'm making some sort of mistake. And Sidri will come out and go, aha, I saw you. I know, I know. It's like, a little bit like a ninja, right? Hiding in the bushes. Only pounds on Yogi when I made mistakes. Hey, Michelle. Yes, GeckoRouge, Michelle's favorite. Absolutely. Well, it's definitely, one of my favorite patterns as well because it's so unique. There's so much going on and so mysterious. Because some objects, I don't even know what they are. Just looking at the chart. No idea. Is it water bottle? Is it a, what was it? Can't remember. Flask. I don't know. See, I'm traveling everywhere and it feels great. And for some reason, I would not do this on 25 counts. No chance. Oh, sorry, I'm slightly behind here. Oh, Walk Away. Yes, I'm a true crime fan as well. So yes, I watch a lot of trials while stitching, particularly during COVID. Dear, oh dear. Yes, it's like true crime every day or trials. Because it's speech based, so you don't have to look at the screen all the time. And it's for me it's quite educational because I get to learn a lot of sort of legal procedures and listen to the debates. I really enjoy that. Okay, so I am going to end this right here. Oh dear, give me a second. Someone is hissing again. Lily, hang on. Lily's in the bad mood for some reason. Walkaway says I used to knit socks in the movie theater. Really? I've never tried that. I never knitted outdoor, outside my house, traveling or anywhere. That sounds like fun. But how do you see anything in a cinema? Steve, I like it. Steve says Yogi's guardian ninja. Yes, that's Sidri. At the same time, Sidri obviously is trying to save my project by correcting me. But at the same time, hiding behind the bush. Guardian ninja, I love it. All right then. 27. 27. Is it chocolate time, Susan? Already? Oh, yes. It's that time of night. Hang on. Let me just pick this color here. And yeah, we can have a bit of chocolate. Why not? Today, no bananas. Only chocolate. Yes, yesterday, I broke the floss tube history by eating a banana live on Yogi stream. I know. Controversial. Here we go. This is such a fun piece, though. Look at this. It looks like a mess, but at some point, it will start to look like something. Hopefully. Hopefully. Yes, let's have a little bit of chocolate. Let's take a break. And Lily's being a bully today. Really not happy with that. Look at this. And this bit is kind of completed and it looks great. It's really well charted. Really well charted. All right. I think it's going to be a giant button day. Giant chocolate button day. Let me know where you're snacking. It's mandatory. But how do you knit in the cinema? You can't see anything. Does that mean you don't have to look at what you're doing? Because some knitters can do that. They can just move their hands, just go like this. I can't. I have to look at what I'm doing. But a lot of expert knitters, they don't have to look. Cheers, everyone. Nikki says, Yogi, did you watch the Johnny Depp trial in 2020? It was a hot mess. Yes, of course I did. To be honest, in the very beginning, when I heard about the trial, I wasn't interested because normally the trials I'm watching mostly, okay, they're murder trials. So I thought, well, they're just a bunch of celebrities. They're kind of just, not being happy about something. It's just kind of waste of time. But as soon as the trial started, I got hooked because it was just, it was so ridiculous with all the witnesses and Amber Heard every day in a new outfit. Yeah, it was fun to watch. No one died. That's good. Joy says maybe helps to stitch on quilt rim on colored fabric. What color would you recommend then, Joyce? I don't know. I think that piece, even on color fabric, unless you go very, very dark, otherwise it's going to probably blend with the colors as well. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. Hello, Vaduhi. Chocolate time. There's some trials, you know, some trials when you look at the case, you kind of go, wow, that looks really interesting. But when you actually watch the trial, sometimes the lawyers can be so boring and so uninspiring. It's just boring to watch. And sometimes it's the opposite, you know. The seemingly kind of boring cases have very, really interesting, you know, twists and turns. Walkaway says, I can knit in the dark, but it has to be socks. Really? I think socks are, you know, probably one of the most difficult things to stitch. And Walkaway can stitch with eyes closed. Wow. So Walkaway remembers the movements. But the thing is, though, how do you count you know, the cycle? Because when you're knitting socks, particularly, if you're doing the in the circle, how do you even know when is the ending? You know, when the row ends, if you know what I mean. I think socks are so tricky. Amanda says you don't really need to be able to see to knit, just to count. I love knitting because it can be done in the dark, in a movie or in the car. I never try that, no chance. I have to look at what I'm doing. Otherwise, you know, my socks are going to end up as, you know, I don't know, it's going to look like a rabbit or something. Totally different. Oh, yes, Cedric. Now, finally, the official apologies finally came, you know, from the chat, represented by Cedric. Cedric says, feeling guilty that I have not seen your deviation and the color pencils. Oh, exactly. You know, I counted on the chat to help me out here, and no one noticed. I know. The entire block of, you know, to the left. And now, this is where we are, Sidri. I hope, you know, you feel bad about that. Hi, Rose. Hello. And Chiviz is having a Twix. Very nice. I'm going to have one more piece. And Susan's having black forest. Here you go. One more piece. I'm barking mad. Great name. Says, I'm snacking caramel Freddy Frog. What is that? What's a Freddy Frog? Hello, Jackie. And Lynn is having toast today. Wow. With cheese on top. Or just toast with butter. Walkaway. I watched that trial as well. Walkaway says the latest trial I watched. Corey Richards. Glad she's got life in prison. Yes, she just got sentenced. Did you listen to her speech? You know, before she was sentenced, Have you heard anything like that? Seriously. I was there scratching my head and thinking, what is she trying to establish? Because normally, so she got convicted for murdering her husband, okay, by poisoning. And so it's taken a while before she got to be sentenced. And lo and behold, the date of the sentencing was actually the husband, the murder victim's birthday. So, there's a divine intervention going on there. And, normally the person being convicted has the final chance to appeal to the judges and go, well, I'm feeling remorseful, I can be reformed, and so maybe you can be a little bit, lenient with the sentencing. And lo and behold, and this lady totally missed the point. She just went on and just rant for ages, wasn't it? Walk away. It was ages. I don't know how long that was, like an hour. And she just went on and on and on, pretending to talk to her kids. In fact, she was addressing all the anger she's got for being found guilty. I mean, seriously. And of course, she got life with no possibility of parole. So, yes, what a strange person. Tracy says, I've been doing quote room on 16 counts. Looks nice. Maybe that's the trick. I think that piece with lower fabric count might work so much better. I might just try that. Maybe 20 or even 18. 18 is probably too big. Maybe 20. I think that might be a very good idea. I'm back. Oh, off the screen. Sola says, I can crochet without looking. Oh, now you guys just bragging now. I can't. I have to see. And Chrissy says, did you watch the, is it Fulio case that just ended? I did not watch that one, actually. Was it good? I watched the Corey Richards. There are some weird trials, weird cases in the last 6 months. Like that doctor who was accused of attempted murder. Luckily, the wife lived, but he was bashing her head with a rug. And that trial was so weird. I think whenever the accused person testified, it kind of just brings sort of more twist into the case. Walk away. So I want to see the socks that Yogi knits in the dark. Oh my God. It will probably, turn into some sort of weird creature. A dinosaur. I think that's going to end up with. Oh, yeah, that's a very good point. Her hair was weird because throughout the entire trial, her hair was kind of pulled back and looking really neat. And lo and behold, maybe it's part of the, consideration. Maybe it's kind of just, make her look a little bit more sort of sympathetic or something. Yes, her hair was all over the place. and she was in, prison clothes as well. It was so weird. She wasn't even talking to the judge. She was just talking, I don't know, to whom? I have no idea. What a strange person. And enjoy the dinner, Megan. Yes, Chrissy, that was horrendous, wasn't it? I was just like thinking at one point, because she was reading a piece of paper from a piece of paper, and I kind of stopped thinking, I just don't believe she wrote all of that in a random speech on the piece of paper. I think she was just doing improv, you know. She probably, the piece of paper she showed her defense lawyer was probably quite well written and being apologetic and whatever. And she just decided to just take off and freestyling. Because there's just no way you can write that down and just read like that. It was just terribly poor, so poorly constructed, and just random sort of stream of consciousness. It was so strange. Stargazer says Corey Richards' trial, the impact statements before the sentencing, all of our many faces. Yes, the victim's impact statement from the sisters, both of them, they're just so lethal. It was like, and also we got to find out she was actually, quite likely mistreating the children as well. I think all the things, all examples they mentioned pretty much qualify as child abuse. She would feed the children uncooked food, I ask you. And when the kids complain, she would make the kids watch war movies, and to show them they're actually very lucky to have people feeding them. They shouldn't complain. Things like that. And also she was neglecting all the pets, so they all die and starve and stuff like that. We didn't know that during the trial, did we? They weren't allowed to mention any of that. And all of that was brought on by her own children's statement out of, all the other victims. The children's, all of them, three boys, provided a statement. And all of them basically just say, you are not qualified to be our mom. And they just gave a whole load of examples why they didn't want her to be the mom anymore. It takes a lot for kids to say that, It was wild. Michelle says, what channel are you watching these court shows on YouTube? Well, you can watch they're mostly streamed by Law and Crime Trials. There are two channels. Law and Crime, the main channel, they don't stream anymore. Not much. They're mostly just videos. But if you go to Law and Crime Trials, they stream quite a few different trials. But you can also watch channels with commentary. A lot of lawyers, they have their own channels, and they will basically watch the trials with the rest of the world. And the great thing about those is that you get some sort of explanations with things. Sometimes it's good. If you don't find them annoying, if you don't find them interrupting every 5 minutes, then you can watch those. And I think the well-known ones would be Emily DeBaker. She can be borderline annoying, but she is also a lawyer, so, or was, so she knows her stuff. What Grace says now, what about Murdoch getting a new trial? I know. Oh, yes. I don't know when the new trial is going to be, but yes, it's been overturned, the conviction. Yes. Yeah, but the first one was really dramatic as well, but really, really long. But it's crazy, isn't it? They have to do it all over again. Yes, core TV as well. I think core TV is being absorbed by law and crime, so maybe they're not going to be around for too long. I don't know what's happening with that channel, but yes, they stream trials as well. But the problem with Alex Murdoch is that it doesn't matter what happened to the murder conviction. He's staying in prison for the rest of his life because he's been convicted. Whole bunch of financial crimes. That's federal, offenses. So he's not leaving anytime soon. And I think he's in his 50s. So, very little possibility he's going to walk free again. Maybe they're aiming for, if for any reason the murder trial is, being dropped or he's found not guilty, maybe his living condition can be a little bit better just on the financial crime, because it's white collar crime, isn't it? It's not murder. So maybe just better quality of life. Because there's no chance he's going to walk free. Nikki says, did she try to plead for insanity? Do you mean Corey Richardson? No, not at all. Not even self-defense, nothing. She just says she didn't do it. Walkaway says, I'm glad Eric's children are being raised by his own family now. It's quite hard for the children because, the connection with mom, with your own mom is so close. And to be able to kind of basically say, I don't want you anymore, it takes a lot for that to happen. It's complicated. I'm sure some influence from, the victim's family definitely have something to do with it, because pretty much they take care of the boys now. But yeah, I don't know. I know, Sola. Because the problem, I think the scary thing about this lady, Corey Richards, is the fact that she looks so harmless. She looks quite sweet, quite a nice looking lady, quite petite, and totally harmless. But this person, my God, has no regard on anybody's life, because not just the fact that she's being convicted of the murder, just like Alex Murdoch, she's got a whole bunch of financial crime being charged, and I think she's going to have other trials regarding those. And she betrayed her own, like one of her best friends, and robbed her money. And so the best friend, I think, lost about, I can't remember how much, tons of money, because she just lie to the friend and got the money and invested her money to do to pay her own debts or something like that. It's just yeah, she is special. She's a special human being. 145. Because some people, there's certain crime cases, people just lose it, people snap and they do something really bad and they get punished for it. But this person is in a different league. This person is, I don't know. She's something else. Oh, Walkaway is very familiar with all the true crime channels. Surviving the Survivor, Emily D. Baker. Take notes, everyone, if you want to watch true crime cases. Those channels are where to go. I'm trying to think of a few others that I watch. I think Emily DeBaker is probably one of the largest channels of this kind. There's some others. They're not lawyers necessarily. Like Surviving the Survivor, the guy is not. I think he was a journalist or something. He's not a lawyer, but he's got connections. He's got guests to come on and to talk about it with mixed quality. Sometimes you feel like you're kind of just wasting your time, but Rachel Morton says, watch the series on Hulu about the Murdochs. Yes, it's very hard to watch. It's horrendous, actually. Yes, it's quite a high profile case. And the weird thing about the Alex Murdoch case is the fact that I'm ready to accept that he wasn't the person that pulled the trigger. You know what I mean? But he was definitely there, so he knew if it wasn't him actually shooting the family, he knows who did it. He's not talking. Yes, I watched the Adelson case trials as well, the multiple ones when they it kind of went quiet because originally they thought they're going to charge the lady as well, but nothing is happening. What's her name? Oh, Gray says in the state memo, this is the Richards case. The state memo that was released, and the youngest son told the police that he got up in the middle of the night and tried to get into his parents' bedroom. Corey yelled at him to get back to bed. Oh, I missed that bit. Yes, I think there was a little bit, very briefly, in maybe the kid's statement saying that the oldest one claimed that he kind of witnessed a little bit of it, but I wasn't quite clear about what he said. That's just horrendous. And also, I'm not quite sure whether I heard it correctly. I'm sure it was mentioned that this lady also bought life insurance for the kids as well. So I don't know what that was about. It's pretty chilling. I mean, if she got away with it, who knows? Chrissy says courtroom confidential. Which one is it? Courtroom confidential. And Chrissy says is it a guy with silver hair? Like always really well groomed. That one I have not watched, but I'm aware of the person, I think. There are quite a few. I think all the lawyers, they probably just quit their job and become YouTubers. And oh yeah, Stargazer. Yes, that was the name I was trying to remember. Carl Stanback. Yes, I like him as well. Yes. So that's the channel name. I think is under his name. I think it's quite good as well. I found him through the Adelson trial, so I do watch him as well. A true crime is a small world, isn't it? Not everybody's end up watching the same channels. Wendy, yes, that's right. Wendy Adelson. Do you think she's going to get away with it? Because she's not being charged, or there's no sign of anything being done. Because Adelson and his entire family being accused of murdering Wendy's husband, ex-husband. And the brother and the grandmom, they both got charged and convicted. Well, the mother, rather. But the wife is not being charged. Michelle is writing all the suggestions. Yes, Michelle is always really busy watching Yogi stream, because she will have to take notes of all the true crime channels, etc. And also all the snacks from all over the world. Oh, what's up now? Have I stitched it like something wrong? What? Oh, Sidre. Oh, here we go. My guardian ninja is here. Sidre says you forgot to mark an orange stitch just above the green horizontal. Oh, really? Which green horizontal? I mean here. Where? Where? Are you talking about this bit of green? Which green? You need to direct me to the location. So here, we're not talking about this bit, are you? Are you talking about the area that I'm stitching right now? Let's have a look. These two are correct. 3. And those 2. I think we're good here. Which one? Hang on. You mean down here? Have I missed? What are you looking at? Is it here you're talking about? I'm trying to have a look here. So are you saying that I have not marked a stitch that I've done? And that's 1 stitch here. At the bottom. Really? An orange. Oh, yeah. Do you mean this one? Okay, got you. This one. Is it all good now? Have I missed it? Dude. So many aliens. Seriously? Have I got it? Damn, the 4K, resolution. Everything's just too clear. Yes? Got it? Thumbs up. Yeah. Oh, Solar. Surviving a Survivor is a TV channel. Not TV channel, YouTube channel. If you just search Surviving a Survivor, it will come up. You don't need TV channels for it. It's a YouTube channel. So Grace is referring to the boy's statement, and Grace says it was not admitted in court. Yes, it didn't come out in trial, did it? And he told the police he woke up to noise coming from his parents' bedroom. She lied about going to sleep with her son, said that didn't happen. Well, I think I would have thought something like that from a child would come in to the trial. Maybe the prosecution couldn't really prove it because it's basically between the son's words versus hers. And so maybe they weren't sure whether, it was going to create problems for the jury. It's pretty horrendous, isn't it? Catherine says, doesn't true crime depress you all? No, not really, because well, first of all, there's a level of intrigue, right? Because they're solving mysteries, particularly with trials. It's a very interesting process. I don't know whether you've watched trial proceedings. There's a lot going on there. It's like a dance between the court and the lawyers, and it's like a chess game. So it's not always about what happened in terms of the crime cases. That's fascinating as well, but also is how they navigate through the trial system, the legal system. I find that really interesting. But yeah, some cases you just go, whoa, what is happening? Nikki says, I heard some of the lawyers says it's less stressful to YouTube than practice law. Yes, but particularly trial lawyers, it's a totally different, game, isn't it? But you have to be made for it. Not everybody is made to be a trial lawyer. But you can practice law in different areas. Grace says, Cedric, can you find my mistakes too? I think, Cedric can probably turn this into a full-time career, just watching everybody's, webs and just point out errors. It's going to keep her very busy. Oh, that's very true. Walk away. Maybe they don't want to put her children on the stand. Yes, I think if they were going to bring the kid's statement in, the kids probably will have to testify. That's a very good point. Unless they can find other ways to prove it. And Kat says, I have the start of Animal 4 and 5, The Amazing Animal Kingdom. Wow. Yes, this is the one that Travis would love to do at some point in about 15 years' time when he finishes the giant Pokemon piece. He's stitching. It's a fun piece, isn't it? You just have different animals popping up. I like patterns like that. Rather than stitching one giant thing, I like patterns that's got all sorts of things going on there. Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose isn't there also a darker orange stitch, not crossed, right above the green line? Really? Which one? Oh, you mean this one? I have to look at the big screen to see it, because if I just look at it, that does look like a 10 stitch. Is this one you're talking about, Ruby? That one? Is it that one? Does it look like a tent? I told you, this chat is full of aliens. And maybe, you know, stitchers with giant TVs. Is this the one? I'm keeping my needle there as a marker. Oh, yes, Stargazer. Yes. I mean, all these really dramatic trials. Karen Reed as well. I think that one is now turning civil, isn't it? I don't know what's happening to that. I don't know whether it's going to be equally interesting. But now they're, you know, because Karen Reed was found not guilty, and now the family is suing her for damages. I don't know how that works. If she was exonerated pretty much and found not guilty, by suing her civilly for I don't know what she was being sued for. I think for causing the death or something, some sort of emotional damages. I mean, if she's found not guilty by the jury, I don't know how strong a case they have trying to accuse her of murdering John O'Keefe. I don't know how that works. I think they're probably just mad. They want something done. All right. That's looking nice. And maybe I can move down here. Let me check. the colors. Yeah, all right. It's all yellow-ish. Catherine says civil has less burden of proof. But the thing is, though, yes, you can probably sue anybody, anything. And, but the thing is, winning the case would be a different story, isn't it? Because if the jury somehow, I don't know whether they're allowed to bring in the fact that she was acquitted. So, and Heather says criminal trial is beyond reasonable doubt. The civil is preponderance of evidence. But the thing is, though, you are ultimately accusing someone of killing another person, and that's not a low burden, I don't think. So it's not like you can prove someone owed you some money or something like that, or fraud. This is murder. Cat says, so far I have a bird, gorilla, and a frog. Cat, can you check the chart? Is there a calamari? Is there a squid? A giant squid or octopus? Sea creature, like a calamari dinosaur. I don't know. That's very true. Walk away. O.J. Simpson won his murder trial but lost his civil suit over the murder. That is very true. But that case, I don't know. It's maybe a little bit different because general consensus probably thought he did it and got away with it. But who knows? Who knows? Might be the case as well. Okay, 62. The next color, 62. Let me double check. 62. Yep. See you later, Joyce. 99. Sweet dreams. Oh, ruby. So it's this one. I think you're right. It does look like a tent. I'll double check on the color here. And well done, Ruby. Cedric, did you see this one? Oh, you're neglecting your duty as a ninja guardian or guardian ninja. There's a 10 stitch happening here. Blatantly. Just here laughing at you, okay? I think this is okay. Why don't I fix that one first? So number 8 is the next one, but I just want to fix it before I forget. 27. So even on 28 counts, if you just do one leg, it shows, doesn't it? That every leg counts. And also Karen Reid had 2 trials, remember? And both trials, if the first trial actually was, done properly, she would have been acquitted as well. So she's been acquitted twice by 2 sets of jurors. So it's this one. I'm going to just stitch the whole, both legs. Just stitch over it. There, much better. $27. Beautiful. Done. Heather says for civil cases, it is the same standard of evidence for fraud, murder, or stealing your neighbor's dog. Do not do that. And cutting down their trees. It's always which side has slightly more convincing evidence. So what happens if she's convicted in a civil case? I guess what I'm trying to figure out is the penalty. So there's no prison sentence at all. It's just money, right? So she's not going to prison or anything. I really don't know about that case. I don't know what actually happened, but I do know the procedure was so flawed, no one should be convicted, to be honest. All the things happened from the prosecution side. I just think they are in no business prosecuting anybody. But I don't know what actually happened. Workaway says, I used to work at the casino where OJ eventually got arrested for breaking into a room and stealing. What was that about? I did hear about him because he was arrested for robbery later on. He was acquitted for murder, and then a few years later, he was arrested for stealing something. It was so strange. It's almost like he was just begging to go to prison. I think his guilty conscience was driving him to commit more crimes so he can go to prison. Because he got away with it. Citron. Heather says the OJ criminal case was tried the summer I graduated from the college. It was all that was on television. I've never watched the trial, I have to say, but I saw bits and pieces much later, I think. It might be interesting to find out too. I wonder if all the trial proceeding, whether we can find on YouTube. It'll be interesting to watch it. I wonder if there's an archive somewhere. Oh, excuses, excuses, Cedric. You missed that one. Walkaway has finished a grand total of the number of stitches Walkaway has completed is 310. 310. What does that mean? Oh, as in thread number. Oh dear. Cat says, I think there may be an octopus or at least the tentacles. Oh dear, yes. There's going to be seafood stitching. Oh, imagine, Heather, if OJ case was actually happening today. Just think about the internet. The internet will probably just, break like that. It's crazy. Casting says OJ was trying to steal his old possessions back. So he was stealing his own stuff. How strange. And he went to prison for that. What is going on? Yes, the OJ case, I have a very superficial knowledge about it. I think there was some sort of corruption as well happening, was it? From the police or something like that. Chaotic says he was stealing back his sports memorabilia they had to sell. So he's trying to sell his own sports goods. Was he broke by then? He was probably broke because he wasn't a basketball. Was a basketball player, he was, or football. One, two, three. I think that one is not correct. I spotted it, okay? I fixed it. Right here. Nikki says, Yogi, what did you do with the pencil section? Well, Nikki, I did something that is really, really clever. I found this magic solution for the pencil situation, and that is simply ignore it. It's working. I don't even think about it. So I just basically take the stitches towards a different direction, opposite direction, and just leave them there. I'm just waiting for the science to catch on. At some point, we've got to have a frogging machine, some frogging technology, right? That I can just get a small machine and just run it over the fabric and all the stitches will come off. So I'm just patiently waiting for the day to come. Otherwise, it's all good. Sidri. The bedtime for Sidri, 99. Yes, blame my voice, okay, Sidri? You know, Sidri's going blind because of my voice. And she's going to bed. Night night, sweet dream. Linda, great news. Linda says grandkids just left, so I get to stitch more now. House is so quiet. Oh. We keep you company. We're not quiet. Do you like my strategy, my solution, Nikki? And also, Nikki, I think you're working on the cat library, aren't you? Are you doing the double one? Or are you doing the regular one? I can't remember. Oh, Nikki's doing the double one. CXC tent. 1/132. You're serious? Right. So 32 counts. So the whole piece is probably a lot smaller than if you were to do 25 count. But 1/1, my goodness. So can you actually fit everything into one single piece? Fits 1 yard. Okay. Wow. Do you think you may be the only one that's doing it on 32 counts. I think majority of the people are doing 25 onwards, downwards, perhaps. And two more here. Yes, you could be. You're probably the only one. And also, I think some stitchers actually stitching the two chart in two separate pieces. That doesn't make sense to me, because the whole point is to create a larger piece with more details. Why would you have them in two separate pieces? And those are particularly, they actually fit onto the fabric. All right, let me take a sip of my coffee. And so, Nikki, so you don't want to buy large piece of fabric, but are you happy stitching 32 1/1 so far? You have to like it because it's a giant piece. All right. I'm going to do a little bit more over here. 1 2 2. 1 2 2. One, two, two. Ah, so because 32 is kind of your go-to, isn't it? Nikki says, I love it. I don't know what exactly I'm stitching, but I'll find out eventually. Yes, I think the charge is probably so large, you have to stitch and stitch and stitch before you realize what's happening. But that's good. If you like it, then, you know, because you're going to be stitching that piece for a little while. Oh, this, Catherine. Did you say it looks like a snail shell? It's a pattern on this thing. I don't know what it is. Some stitches took a guess, but I don't know what it is. It's like a water jug, like some sort of bottle thingy. I don't know. It's a mystery. Catherine says, what on earth is the orange? It's the orange thing. I can show you the markup. Because I don't know what it is. You can take a guess. This is it. It looks like some sort of container of something. It's hard to tell. It could be flat, or maybe it's round. It looks like it's got some sort of a thing on top, like a lid or something. And on the side, if you look carefully, there's a little ladder in the middle there, and above it looks like a person trying to climb it. So that's my guess. That looks like two little legs. So I don't know what it is. You can tell me. One, two. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, exactly, Catherine. It's a mystery. I think your guess is as good as mine. I think this is probably one of those charts, an artwork, that you see what you see. If you think it's, whatever it is, it is. That's it. It probably doesn't matter. It's like a dream, You can interpret it your own way. Nido says it looks like a carved leather or wood canister. Yeah, it's hard to tell because I can't really tell whether it's a flat object or it's a round object. It does look like some sort of, because Samantha said it kind of looked a little bit like a water bottle, which it does if it's flat. But if it's round, then it's some sort of container for liquid or something. I really don't know. Janine says it looks like an old-style heating pad. What kind of heating pad? Is it like a water bottle? And Nikki says, or crochet or knitted water bag cover what is a water bag cover for water bottle? So are we going for the water bottles theory? It does. To me, it looks like some sort of water jug or something. But it could be water bottle. Catherine says scale is wild in the picture. It's totally abstract, isn't it? You have a person climbing on that thing, so I think it's probably not a realistic, perspective. It's a little bit like a dream, like a weird dream. Everything looks normal, but not really. You know what I mean? Everything looks familiar, but not really. Oh, there's a little nut at the bottom. One, two. Where am I? I really don't know. Is it here? And there? And over here? I'm trying to find the last stitch I did. I'm not sure. Is it this one? Yes. Ah, Janine, so you're talking about water bottle. So that's what Samantha said. I think those bottles, you can put maybe ice in it as well, maybe. I don't know. But if you go for the water bottle, it means it's a flat object. One, two. Catherine says the scissors are at least obvious, even though and they're rather large proportionally. Giant scissors in this dream world. Who's Sophia? Sophia, hi. Who? Who are we talking about? Janine says it's flat when not filled, but then not when they're filled, when you do fill it. Oh, but I think up to this point, I was thinking that maybe it's a round, you know, kind of like a water jug or something. But you could be right. Maybe it's flat, slightly flatter. Because water bottles are not round. I'm not an expert in water bottles. But you also have to look at the area as well, because in this area, everything, let me show you, in this area, everything's to do with kind of clothing, right? You've got a wooden, like a knitted mitt, and then you have a shirt, which is also kind of fabric and sort of sewing related, and you have a giant scissors. Why would you suddenly have a water bottle there? What is it? Do you think it's sewing related? You know what I mean? Because this corner is just full of kind of clothing, sewing related, knitted items. I don't know. I cannot explain this head. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I'm just seeing it for the first time, guys. Let me know what you think. I think it's a brush. This lady, this strange head, is part of a brush. Can you see that? I never noticed it. It's got a handle on the head. It's a brush. It's a paintbrush or something. Oh my goodness. And I noticed there's those squares at the back as well. They're so pretty. I love to stitch this bit. You know, on the right side here, it's like a patchwork type of thing. Or maybe they're stamps. I don't know what they are. I never noticed it. Because every time I look at this lady's head, I'm just assuming it's kind of a doll or something. No, it's part of the brush. That is so weird. And there's a kind of a mannequin figure. Did you see that? It's a brush with this. I don't know why there would be a face with a brush. I don't know. This is so trippy. My brain hurts. It's so strange. I never noticed that because I've been looking at that lady's head for ages. But I never noticed that it's actually part of a brush. Laura says, I told you the creepy doll paintbrush. I never noticed it was part of a paintbrush. All I see was that doll face. I'm just thinking it's just a doll's head. Laura, I never listen, okay? So that's why I never learn anything. Oh dear, this piece. Cat says it could be a hat box. Really? Let's have another look. I just want to review the situation. A hat box. Oh, it could be, but how do you explain that handle on the top? Is that typical for a hat box? I don't know what it is. Some sort of storage thingy. I really don't know. So weird. Ah, Janine says it's a heating pad. And by heating pad, do you mean like water bottle? You fill in water. And Janine's theory is that it's a heating pad because that's why there's a mitten is there. Right, do you think it's like a like a heat-proof mitten. Yeah, so can you see that? The brush is serving as hair. Yeah, I know. This piece is very trippy, I told you. And I've had this pattern for over 3 years, guys. And every time I look at it, I discover something new. And every time I look at it, everything looks a little bit different. Ah, so the painting stuff is on the left above her hair. Well, the thing is, the way I interact with this chart is I try to focus on the area I'm doing it, because it's part of my strategy not to look at everything. So every time I stitch it, move to a different area, it kind of feels like a new territory. But at the same time, I'm just, discovering everything almost as for the first time. Grace says it's a clothes bag of some sort. Does it look like a bag? It looks more like for my eyes, it looks like a hard object, like a round container with a lid or something, because it's got a handle on top. Yes, that head is slightly creepy. But in a strange kind of way, I'm kind of looking forward to stitching it. For someone who's afraid of dolls, that's really unusual. I don't know this piece, in theory, there's so many objects that they're slightly scary, but at the same time, so fascinated. I'm just really fascinated. It's almost like it's got some sort of magic power and just draw me in. Rachel says the yellow thing wearing the tie, it's a wooden puppet on strings without the strings. Yes, when I was doing art at a college, and everybody's got one of those because you can pose them. They're posers. You can pose them and to help you with the drawings. Michelle says that's why I love this piece. I know it's weird, isn't it? It's like strange, kind of slightly distorted world that looks very similar to this world, but not really. I'd like to know what Collin Thompson is thinking most of the time. Chaotic says it could be a yarn bowl. Really? Is that what it looks like? I don't know what a yarn bowl look like. But I think it makes sense if it's something to do with sewing or maybe or something like that. Walkaway says this piece is trying to figure out the meaning to a song like American Pie. Really? I don't know what the lyrics are like. Gray says wardrobe, bag. Does it look like a bag? It could be. It could be some sort of laundry bag with interesting pattern. I don't know. It could be anything. Whatever you want it to be, that's what it is. Michelle says, I will stitch this piece, but I don't care for the sampler in the middle or the red house in the upper left. My eyes get stuck in those areas. I think, you know, with this piece, you pretty much have to kind of focus on one area at a time. As a whole, it's just too much going on. Laura says needles, and I posted on the Facebook group of some stuff that looks similar. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Maybe we can solve this puzzle by the end of this stream, you know? Let's have a look. Let me load up the Facebook here. Let's have a look. Okay, so let me zoom out a little bit. And so, first of all, we just ended up looking at people's webs. Wow, just a strip on top. Well done. Well done. And let's have a look. Oh, interesting. Wood, kitchen jars. Yes, it does look similar. Let me bring out the comparison here. Okay, so I am showing you this area on the app. The shape does look similar. Yes. It does, doesn't it? But what are these? These are just random jars. Anything else? Oh, and this. So this one looks a little bit different, but these could be anything, can't they? They could be some sort of, and I don't know how big they are. It could be some sort of container. Maria posted this. So Maria is who in the chat? Interesting. Oh, walk away. Hello. Beautiful. Such a moody piece. A little bit sad. And my squirrel. My squirrel is not a mystery. My squirrel is just eating nuts, okay? Quite transparent. And let's have a look. This little cat is so cute. I don't know what Citri's cat is doing. Is it chewing the Q-snap? Oh dear. I'm so happy to see these pictures. Yes, this could be anything decorative, but what are they? Don't know. Just random kind of, you know, containers. But this one does look very similar, only that why would there be a water jar? Hang on a second. Oh, no, I don't think that's what it is. And why would there be a person climbing on top of it? What does that mean? With a ladder as well? It's just mind boggles. Thank you for that. That's very interesting. Yes, it kind of struck me as some sort of water container or something. But who knows? Who knows? Laura says, I have a hot water bottle in the shape of a pineapple. My daughter stole it. Guys, today is not me, okay? Laura is the first one brought up the P word today. It wasn't me, okay? I tried not to. I resisted and try not to mention the P word. But Laura just had to do it. There you go. Blame, you know, Laura today. Pineapple has been mentioned in the chat. Marsha, hello. Marsha says, what a gorgeous pattern, Yogi. You show up close. Yes, I love the colors. I don't even care what they are, to be honest. I'm just happy just wandering around stitching, these beautiful colors. It's really, really fun, this piece. Really, really fun. Okay, let me pick one more color. So it's midnight. Let me pick one more color here. Okay, 44. It's a really pretty color. Oh, bright red. There you go. Because you're never bored. There's just so many different color groups you can just dip in and out. If you get bored of oranges, I just go, to the blues and stitch the blues. Suzanne says round tower storage tin. But it's quite large because this is not a realistic, proportion in any of the items here. So it's very hard to gauge what they are because, it might change, depends on how big they actually are proportionally. So it's very, very challenging and good fun. Rachel says, these kitchen canisters, Yogi, they hold flour, sugar, tea bags. Is it quite typical for them to look that way? Because, kitchen containers could take any shape or form. But why would there be a kitchen item, though? There's scissors, there's, a shirt, a knitted glove. Why would there be a kitchen container? Oh, needles. Needles is Maria, yes. Right, so needle reckons this jar, that jar may be stored yarn. If it's yarn related, then it makes sense. Yes. So Ginny has posted a water bottle. Hang on. Yes, because not everybody has the same name in the chat and on Facebook as well. So, I'm trying to figure out who is who as well. Let me have a quick look. So, did you say you posted something else? Let's have a look. Ah, yes. I think this is Samantha's theory. Samantha reckons it's probably a water bottle. It does match the shape. If you actually think, let me turn on the mock-up. If you actually think this is a flat object, for my eyes, I just kind of perceive that as a round object. And also the lid area, it's kind of slightly smaller, isn't it? Proportionally. And also the interesting pattern as well. Also around here, there's a kind of lid-like definition there. Can you see that? So that's why I was thinking maybe there's some sort of lid that you can open as well. But shape-wise, it does look like some sort of water bottle. I have no idea. I have no idea. You can see that. Yes, Maria is saying this one. I don't think this one matches what we're looking at that much, because it literally could be anything with a lid, but we don't know what the container is for, isn't it? It could be just some random container. Oh, the mystery deepens. Oh, passions. Passion for stamping theory is the container hides the chocolate. That's great news because we like chocolate. As long as it's not pineapple container. Well, nothing wrong with pineapples. As long as it's not on a pizza. Pineapple is innocent. And Jostle says for buttons, beads, pins. Yes, I think if it's some sort of storage thing, but it looks quite large though. Because normally if you store little things for sewing, it probably, I'm not sure if that's the shape. I don't know, it just looks like, some sort of, it looks large proportionally. But then again, this is imaginary piece. Maybe it's very small. Rachel says, why is there a dude climbing up the thing either? Who knows, Rachel? This is Collin Thompson artwork we're talking about. I have no idea what's going on with this piece. No explanation. Just a random dude just climbing this container. But I like this pattern though. There's a beautiful orange and a lot of kind of, you know, quite exotic looking patterns. Three. Rachel says, is it possible to ask the artist maybe on Facebook or fan page? I'm not sure whether it's got some sort of social media thing. I don't know. I'm not aware that he's got like sort of Instagram or something. I'd love to talk to him and go, what are you thinking? What were you thinking when you created this page? Were you taking something? Michelle, that's a bit random. Michelle says, I love chocolate dipped pineapple. Fair enough, fair enough. I can see them going together. All right, then I'm going to do a few more stitches with this beautiful pink. So I think in terms of trying to figure out what this object is, well, at least at this point, is inconclusive. I think this is just something that if you think it's one thing, it probably is. You see what you see. I see green crab. You see a cottage. Let's call the whole thing off. I'm going to just do two more stitches. Actually, 3. Beautiful. That's my last stitch today. I'm going to end it. I love this pink. $44, going back. Very nice. I have no idea what's going on here, but I like it. Let's zoom out a little bit. And remove this. So this is where I am today. So this area, you're probably more familiar. I spend a lot of time stitching this area and a little bit more time stitching the color pencil. But let's not talk about that. And today is all about a water bottle, whatever it is today. I just love the colors, the patterns. It's really fun to stitch because gradually, you know, it looks so random, like nothing. And then gradually it's starting to form some sort of pattern there. Really, really like it. And so let me zoom out a little bit more. The little, you know, a glove knitted mid thingy is kind of there. And here we go. So this is what I've done today. And let me just show you the markup. Okay, you've never seen this. If you weren't here in the beginning, this is what I've been stitching today. And if you're wondering where I am, I'm at the bottom, middle, slightly toward the right. It doesn't help because it's got so much going on, this piece. And so it's a long, long journey waiting for me, an exciting one as well. It's a journey of mystery, right? I love it. So now it's that time, guys. I am going to share with you my the number of stitches, okay? Let's have a look. And yesterday, obviously, we did a marathon, so you know, there are more stitches involved. But today, I've been sort of free-flowing, you know, no parking and just cross-country, slightly far away than usual. So I shouldn't be doing too badly. Okay, so now I'm going to count down. Are you ready? 3, 2, and 1. There you go. Oh, not bad, guys. Guys. Can you see it? Can you see it? The grand total of the stitches Yogi has done today is 336. Yay! Wow. So yesterday, after 10 hours, I did under 600. Today, around 4 hours, I did 336. It's happening. Yes. Well done. So this is a great method for me as well. Not bad. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. And by myself. Not bad, eh? So yes, thank you very much, chat. Really, really happy. I'm slightly surprised. I was expecting like 250 or something. So this is quite nice. And yes, I'm really looking forward to working on this piece again. And I hope you enjoy your piece as well. What have you been stitching? And the mystery goes on, okay, with this piece. And so great to have you on this journey. So on that note, 30 minutes past midnight from the sleepy London town. Yogi signing out, and so great to have you. Tomorrow is Monday, so we're having a day off. I'm not having a day off. I'm teaching in the evening, but the stream is having a day off. So I will see you on Tuesday. So be good and keep stitching. Nighty night, everyone. Bye bye. Love you.